You ready? Good afternoon. Welcome to the April 2nd, 2024 Public Services Committee meeting. If you have a cell phone, could you please either mute it or turn it off? If you're wanting to make comment, please approach podium, turn the microphone on, and we'll go from there. Clerk, first item.
Number 8, ordinance third reading, amending the official zoning map of the city of Cheyenne, changing the zoning classification from MR medium density residential to NR2 neighborhood residential medium density for land located south of West Fifth Street between Patton Avenue and Snyder Avenue.
Staff report.
Chair, members of the committee, Connor White, Planning and Development Department. Just a reminder, this is a zone change for the south half of this parcel to go from MR to NR2. To basically allow for a cottage lot style development. This was already heard by council. This is on third reading. And staff still recommends approval of this. Other than that, I don't have any further information on the zone change.
Thank you. Any questions from committee? Questions? Dr. Reddy,
Yeah, just
waiting for what?
I was waiting for it. Mr. Chairman, if I recall, with cottage lots, we generally have a joint or communal open area. Is that correct?
Mr. Chair, through you, that is correct. So this will kind of get into more of the plat when we get to that item. It's item number 16 will be the plat for this actually.
Then I'll
But-
save my questions for the plat, Mr. Chairman.
But to answer quickly, yes, it does have a communal open space.
Any further questions from committee? Does Mr. Laybourne have his hand up at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay, public comment.
Chairman, committee members, Brad Emmons, AVI agent for the applicant, and I will probably just say this now for all items 8 through 15. We have no new information on any of those. So unless you want me to come up each time. The other thing about cottage lots is we do still have to go through the site plan process. To Dr. Rennie, so not only do we have the plat, then cottage lots require a site plan process. So as soon as this finishes, we will have to go through the site plan and construction drawings to prove out all of those extra categories, including design standards for the buildings. So there is still more processes when you do cottage lots than just coming through this process.
Thank you, Mr. Edmonds. Any further questions or comments from committee? Any further public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, may I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I move to approve on third and final reading.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any comments or questions from committee? Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Number 9, ordinance third reading, annexing to the city of Cheyenne, Wyoming, land located southwest of the I-25 and I-80 interchange adjacent to Round Top Road.
Okay, staff report.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is AJ Swain, Cheyenne Planning and Development. This is the annexation for the North Range Business Park, the map behind you. This item is on third reading. It was before council. There's no new information at this time. Standing by for any questions.
Any questions from committee? Questions? Okay, hearing none. Public comment. Public comment? Hearing none, may I have a motion?
Move to third.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any comments or questions from committee? Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
This motion will move forward.
Number 10, ordinance third reading, amending the official zoning map of the city of Cheyenne, establishing the zoning classification of AG agricultural, LR low density residential, MR medium density residential, HI heavy industrial, and CB community business for land annexed to the city of Cheyenne located southwest of the I-25 and I-80 interchange adjacent to Round Top Road.
Staff report.
Again, Mr. Chair, this is a part of the annexation. There are no new comments, no new information for this project.
Any questions or comments from committee? Questions or comments? Any public comment? Public comment? Okay, hearing none, may I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve on third and final reading.
Second.
I have a motion is second. Any comments or questions from committee? Comments or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Number 11, ordinance third reading, amending the official zoning map of the city of Cheyenne, changing the zoning classification of AG agricultural, LR low density residential, MR medium density residential, HI heavy industrial, and CB community business to AG agricultural and LI light industrial for land located southwest of the I-25 and I-80 interchange adjacent to Round Top Road.
staff report. You're getting up there a lot quicker.
Yes, sir, I am.
getting real
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, this is just to change this is just to change the AG and LI for the North Range Business Park. There's no new information at this time. Staff standing by for questions.
Okay. Any questions, or comments from committee? Questions or comments? Hearing none, any public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, you have a motion.
Move to recommend on third, move to approve on third.
Second.
Kind of ran out of gas there.
I was gonna say recommend.
Yeah, okay.
That's essentially what we do.
Okay, so a motion and a second. Do any questions or comments from committee? Questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Number 16, resolution authorizing the mayor and the city clerk to sign a final plat for Cheyenne Terrace, second filing, City of Cheyenne, Laramie County, Wyoming, located east of Converse Avenue and south of Story Boulevard.
staff report.
Mr. Chair, members of the committee, Connor White, Planning and Development Department. So with this plat, and just to start out, the entitlement is incorrect, so there is a substitute resolution in front of you with the correct entitlement for the location. That was my mistake on that entitlement. So this is actually, it is located south of Fifth Street between Snyder Avenue and Patton Avenue. It is not up by Converse. So with this plat, the applicant is proposing to subdivide a parcel down there into 76 lots. So there's going to be one large lot that will contain the existing Pinewood Village. And then that south half will have, I believe it's 74 cottage lots with a single lot that is basically the access easement, the open space, and the drainage. So that'll be that common lot. So you'll have one common lot and then the 74 cottage lots throughout the development. This is going to be, so it won't be a dedicated right of way. It is basically a public access easement for all of these, and then they will be rear loaded following our cottage lot design requirements. So to answer Councilman Rennie's question from earlier, yes, there is common open space requirements for our cottage lots. Basically, the residences are required to front onto an open space. So that is what is throughout this development, is those homes would be fronting onto the open space and then be rear loaded into their garages off the back. This was heard by Planning Commission and they did recommend approval. Staff does recommend approval of this final plat, and I'm available for any questions.
Any questions or comments from committee?
Mr. Chairman,
Dr. Reddy.
so to Mr. White, does the access easement, then I assume will be paved?
Chair, through
Mr.
you.
Emmons says yes.
Yes, the access easement will be paved. It's required to be paved by our code. It won't be built to like a city street standard, but my understanding is they are gonna have a sidewalk on one side, parking on one side. It's still gonna function as a street. It just won't be to full city street standards.
And Mr. Chairman, through you, is the access easement considered or included in the calculations for the required open space?
Mr. Chair, through you, no, it would not be calculated for that open space.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any further comments or questions from committee? Okay, public comment. Public comment. Okay, hearing none, may I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt.
Second,
Mr. Chairman, I move to amend by substitute dated April 1st, 2024.
second,
Okay, we have a motion, we have a substitute. Any public comment on the substitute? And the way I understand it was just to change the name entitlement.
the description.
Okay. Any comment? Okay, any comments or questions from committee? Hearing none, all those in favor? of the
Aye.
substitute? Okay, now we're on the main motion, same thing. Any more public comment? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Good. Next item.
Number 17, resolution requiring the study and submittal of a report to the governing body analyzing the best avenue for correcting deficiencies and improving and maintaining the west entryway to the municipal building to enhance public perception and experience.
Staff report.
Vicky Nemechek, Public Works. I'm sure we'd all agree that the municipal building is 20 years or more overdue for a major renovation. Even though that's true, there are several things we're working on to improve the appearance and security of the building's main entrance. And I'd like to go through the resolution and inform you of how we're addressing your concerns. The first, whereas currently the main entrance to the municipal building requires additional improvements with issues where soffits are rusted. The exterior brick is also failing, cracking vertically and breaking away from the existing structure. In addition, efflorescence is present on areas of the exterior brick, which detracts from the appearance of the municipal building. First, I'll start with the soffit. The soffit does have some primer or rust coming through. When the weather gets warmer, we'll have our staff scrape and paint those soffits. The exterior brick cracking. In May of 2023, Public Works contracted with Martin & Martin Wyoming Incorporated to review the precast concrete framing system at the Cheyenne Civic Center and the exterior cracking in various locations around the municipal building. The resulting report stated they believe that cracking is directly related to the flooding event that occurred in 1985. They recommended a mason be contacted to repair and seal all cracking to prevent water infiltration and help identify any future movement through cracking reappearance. In addition, they noted most of the exterior joint sealant system has failed and needs to be replaced. Due to the height of the structure and inaccessibility of some joints, this will be a large expenditure. They recommend we consult an architect to design an appropriate joint and provide a cost estimate for budgeting purposes. And we're working with Winters and Griffith Architects on this project. The efflorescence on the exterior brick. Normally, remediation of efflorescence requires spraying strong chemicals on the brick, which would likely kill the grass and other vegetation in the surrounding area. We recently had a remediation contractor do a test just this week of a substance that is rolled on, allowed to dry, then peeled off like rubber cement. It did result in an improvement, and we've asked them for a quote. The next whereas portions of the exterior pavement are also failing around the main entrance, notably through the deterioration of the pebble walkway, which failures present tripping hazards, further detracting from the appearance of the building. We have an ongoing project, the Public Works Improvement Project, which will address deteriorating concrete and asphalt at several Public Works city facilities and the municipal building. Although the original project did not include removal of the pebble walkways, at the mayor's request, we are adding the removal of the pebbles and replacement of the concrete at both front entrances. So the main entrance and the next one over also has pebbles. This project has been designed and is ready to go out to bid. The entire project will be done in 2 phases. The pebble walkway rehabilitation will be part of phase 1 and should be done this summer or fall. Whereas ingress and egress from the main entrance also suffers from deficiency due to the age and current state of the doors at the entryway. These doors are often difficult to open and close, and security measures tied to the entryway can malfunction, which impairs the security of the building. We've experienced security problems at the municipal building main entrance that we were unable to resolve with the security software consultant. The center doors cannot be manually locked to prevent entrance of the security if the security software fails. Those doors were temporarily chained to prevent unauthorized access. We did add ADA soft hardware to the main entrance, left-hand doors. So as you enter on the left, those doors are now ADA accessible. They have operated flawlessly since the installation. In case of security software failure, these doors can be manually locked with a key. Removal of the faulty center doors has begun. If you came in that way, you'll have noticed. Those doors have been removed. It'll take 2 weeks to get the new glass put back in. But I just heard, the building department would like to look and make sure that we have enough entrances and exits from the building before we decide if those are glass, just plain glass like they were originally, or if they're doors. So we'll decide based on that reply. Whereas the exterior landscaping around the main entrance has also not been adequately and consistently maintained, with shrubs and trees requiring trimming and planters needing to be cleared of debris, which issues also detract from the public's impression of the municipal building. CRE currently maintains landscaping at the municipal building. They did inherit that maintenance, mowing, trimming, fertilizing, and watering from facilities maintenance during the OR administration. Jason and I agree that the landscaping and irrigation system are outdated and in need of a refresh. The cottonwood tree causes problems with the concrete and has been replaced on multiple occasions. The center island is not an ideal area for trees, and there are 2 of them in there. We estimate a cost of $50,000, that's a guesstimate, to update to include the irrigation system, water-wise landscape plants, tables, trash cans, etc. However, there are no current plans to move forward with a refresh at this point. Whereas beyond the aesthetic concerns surrounding the main entrance to the municipal building, there are also areas where the city is not in compliance with its own design standards and requirements, including failures specific to exterior materiality, lighting, and signage requirements as specified by the city's Unified Development Code. Cheyenne's Unified Development Code was established in 2021, and existing buildings are not required to comply. Exterior items that need to be addressed to meet UDC requirements are outlined on pages 3 and 4 of the April 2021 Municipal Building Existing Facility Assessment produced by Winters Griffith Architects. As mentioned above, they include exterior lighting, exterior signage, and landscaping setback. We don't have any plans to address these items. These are big ticket items. We looked at just the lighting around the building would probably be in the area of $500,000. Be it further resolved that the Public Works Department report to the governing body not later than 60 days after the effective date of this resolution, detailing the results of the analysis and recommended steps for improving the conditions of the main entrance to the municipal building, and for enacting a continuing maintenance plan to ensure the main entrance sustains a positive public impression. A continuing maintenance plan for the municipal building will be implemented through OpenGov and Cartograph. This software will provide the ability to collect and maintain data on the municipal building and more effectively schedule, plan future operations and maintenance of the facility. Unfortunately, we were hoping that implementation would have already taken place for this, but it has proven to take more time than originally estimated, but that implementation is in the works. I'd also like to address the ongoing GSG Architecture Incorporated Municipal Building Spatial Analysis. Page 12 through 14 of their technical proposal outlines the scope of the work for the project. The consultant has completed data collection and is moving into the data analysis phase of the project. The resulting report will encompass 4 major categories: existing facility assessment, programming, concept design, and cost estimation. The final phase of the project includes a final report presentation to City Council, either at a regularly scheduled council meeting or at a time convenient for you. So we could do a work session there, which is what we had envisioned. I would recommend, this is just me, I would recommend that we complete the tasks I've outlined and wait on other improvements, landscaping, exterior lighting, exterior signage, and landscaping setback until the spatial analysis final report is submitted. And the reason for that is because they are going to recommend whether we even stay in this building or not. Whether we stay in this building, renovate, move to a new building that's existing, build a new building. Those are all the pieces that are on the table in the spatial analysis. So that's my report, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions by committee?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Seagraves.
through you. So Director, if I followed everything, I hope I did. The soffit we're gonna take care of this year,
Yes,
the brick and the cracking. We're waiting on that until we have more information and
through you,
that's
Chair.
fine.
Yes, we need an architect to actually design something for us and plan what we should do. That is going to be a big ticket item.
and we are going to replace the concrete on the front entrance and the secondary entrance coming where the,
Yes, the front entrance and then the one south of that.
over here.
Yes,
Oh,
and then
over there.
we were also planning to do some work in the back area, so we will be replacing concrete around the time capsules. We'll be doing work around the time capsules, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial that's there, as well as concrete sidewalk along the parking garage.
And CRE is not gonna do anything with the landscaping?
I let him address that, but I think that's another big ticket item that maybe we won't be in this building, or maybe if we are, maybe our main entrance is to the north. Maybe, I hate to do anything huge.
How about just the planters? Can we do something with those? Can we clean those up? And I don't know if we need to remove the trees, but maybe flowers or shrubs or something to make that look a little better.
Mr. Chair, Jason Sanchez, Community Rec and Events. Yes, we could work on something. Just so you know, the maintenance of this exterior we inherited that a few years back. My budget doesn't consist of funds to make these improvements. We're mostly a maintenance, component of this. But I'll work with our Botanic Garden, see if we could come up with some extra flowers or and work with forestry and maybe do some of the shrub removals out of the planters. They're not the right plant for the area. See if we could come up with something better.
Well, Mr. Chair, we're asking what it would cost. So if there's costs involved, let us know.
Sure.
And we can, make a decision at that point. But it just seems like those planters are, I don't even know how to describe it.
I don't disagree.
Not appealing. Thank you. Thank you. And Director, you said the doors are being repaired. I know that when you come up the door on the right, trying to open that, it latches as you're trying to open. Is that going to be repaired as well? When they put the new door on there, is that going to be resolved?
Through you, Chair, are you talking about the ones that were chained?
Yes.
Those doors aren't there anymore. So they
Totally gone?
totally gone.
Oh, well, that fixed that.
Well, right now it's pretty ugly because it's just wood there waiting for the
So
new.
it'll just be a glass wall except for the doors on the left.
It will be unless the building department decides that we don't have enough exits, I would say, for emergencies, is what we just heard today, that they wanted to review that before we move forward.
Okay. Sounds like you've addressed most of the issues that we came up with. That's all I have, sir.
Okay. Any further questions or comments from committee?
Mr. Laybourne has his hand raised.
Mr. Laybourne.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe Director Nemechek mentioned the cottonwood tree. And could you clarify a bit there? I know that it's been a matter of interest and its longevity and its location. So am I correctly understanding that will be a matter of continuing study?
Through you, Chair. Yes, that's correct. We would, right now, the location of it the root system has created problems with the concrete around it. But I would hope that in any renovation, we would take that into account and perhaps move the concrete to a different location and hopefully get to a point where the roots are not causing as much trouble, at least as they are now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further comments or questions from committee? Okay, any public comment? Public comment? Hearing none, may I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I would move to adopt.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments from committee?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Seagraves?
I believe the purpose of this resolution has been achieved, so I'm not sure it's needed anymore. So I plan to vote against it.
Okay. Any other comments or questions from committee? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
No,
No,
Okay, this motion will, or this will not be addressed. Okay, being as there's no further business before the Public Services Committee, we are adjourned.